Valley News Live and Gate City Bank present the Bison Football Show with head coach Chris Kleiman.
We're frustrated because, you know, we're at the cusp, but we didn't make the play like we could have made today. And that's what we're, because really, honestly, we own this league for years, and now North Dakota State, you know, has taken possession of it.
Oh, frustration setting in for Northern Iowa coach Mark Farley. NDSU has now defeated UNI 6 of 7 times, and 2 of the last 3 in Cedar Falls. Big win. Congrats to head coach Chris Kleiman, who joins us here on set. And coach, it's always tough to win at Northern Iowa. You have to feel good of getting out of there with a W.
Absolutely, and it was a team win, and it was going to be a 60-minute fight and battle, and we talked about get the fight started and keep the fight going for 60 minutes, and our guys did that. We were able to do a number of things offensively that we liked, running the football, hit a big play in the passing game, and then defensively coming up with the turnovers and the big stops, and that's something that I know defensively will continue to help us down the line as the season goes. Of, you know, you never feel like you're out of it. We can make a play to save a game.
Well, they had Eli Dunn coming off a hot start against Missouri State. Aaron Bailey, but he did not dress. That was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a surprise to us because we thought all along we'd either one of them, and that was what everybody had told us, that either one of those guys, potentially both of them, were going to play, and nobody knows that situation. But it at least simplified our plan before the game started to say, here's what we're going to do to try to defend Dunn.
Well, let's start this game. Let's roll the highlights, look at the first half. It's always tough, physical game with Northern Iowa. And early on, he started to put a few first downs together, and Dallas Freeman had a good week last week, a good catch early.
Absolutely. We mixed it up really well, throwing the quick game, and Dallas Freeman makes a good catch.
Well, this is a 3rd and 7 early. The drive stalls, almost a touchdown on this play, kind of a different play here.
Yeah, we just misfire a little bit. We had protection there, but they have a really good pass rush, and pretty soon they start pushing the pocket.
Big, young quarterback. He's about 6'4", but makes a mistake over the middle.
Yeah, great play by Robbie Grimsley. Baited it from the backside hash and cut in front of the receiver, and you get a turnover in their territory. Good things going to happen for the Bison.
And you want to make them pay, and you get deep real quick here.
Great blocking up front by the Rams and Chiefs, and then look at King Frazier. Big run, bouncing off people, gets it inside the 2.
Yep, and King's going to finish this off with a touchdown, and it's 7-0, and that was so good to get points off that turnover.
Well, it was so big to get a touchdown off it. Really gets your momentum started for the first half.
Well, screenplay started to get a little traction. That was the one play that was working for him a little bit throughout the game.
Well, this Malloy, I think, is their best football player, number 31, and he's a dynamic guy in the return game, receiving game, and rushing game.
Yeah, you're right. 3rd and 8, they're moving the chains here at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, they do a good job. We're in man coverage. They run a couple of pick routes and get a guy open over the middle.
They get a 3rd and goal now. They're inside the 10. Wow, Brad Ambrosius, boom.
Yeah, that's a big-time hit. Great job by Brad, beating them off the edge, and big sack and holding them to 3. And as we talk about a lot, holding people to 3 is a win in this league.
You know what? A 30-yard field goal, forcing this field goal, that was huge right there. They had a little momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have to be able to prevent touchdowns in the red zone.
Well, some adversity here is King Frazier, who'd been running hard right there, took a helmet to the ribs, and he could not return.
Yeah, and we'll find out about King as the week progresses.
3rd and 4 now, 7 yards on a slant, and this is just a good play here and a good efficiency on 3rd down.
Really good job. Great block by Chase Morlock on the edge to give Easton the window to RJ.
Catch a little bit of a break here. It's a 3rd and 10. It's a sack fumble, and the ball bounces right back to Easton.
Yeah, great job by Easton being aware of getting back on the football, preventing the turnover.
Well, the defense was just fantastic all the way throughout, and they force a 3 and out here.
Yeah, great job up front. Good play by Plank and Stump, prevent that first down.
I thought the linebackers played outstanding. Now, 3rd and 11, this is a great throw by Easton Stick.
You know, we've been able to get this play on him over the last 3 or 4 years. Just kind of running RJ between the safeties and linebackers. Good throw by Easton.
Well played, well executed play here to Jeff Ilias.
Yeah, great play. We call this play Bama. We saw Alabama do it. We saw Montana do it. It's a tough one to defend, and we get a big touchdown.
Yeah, 14-3 now, getting some separation. They're in a 2-minute drill now, though, and they do start to get some yards and get themselves in position here.
Yeah, they do a nice job. Once again, there's 31, and he's their playmaker right now. He's the best player they have, I think, on offense, and he does a lot of good things after the catch.
You're right. The clock's a factor now. Inside 20 seconds, 3rd and 10, and they get it inside the 10 here.
Yeah, good job keeping them out of the end zone. It's one of those things we had to keep them out of the end zone. 3's not going to beat us here.
Risky play here. There's only 6 seconds left. They barely had time to get this off.
Yeah, they're trying to throw one time to Fountain, their great receiver, and there's 21, Jalen Allison, who shut him down the entire game.
Yeah, that is amazing. And you held him to 3 again. That's always huge.
You bet.
Wow, 14-6 at half, and the Bison playing very well. The defense, outstanding. UNI only had 25 rushing yards in the first half. Total yards, 184 to 136. Before we break down the second half, on the Gate City Bank hot seat, Trey Dempsey. All right, Trey, who's your favorite pro team, any sport?
I got to say the Jets because Mark will play with them.
That's good. I like that. Who would you describe as your hero?
My parents, mainly my mom.
Okay. Favorite sport other than football?
Got to be basketball. I like soccer even though I suck at it, but to play basketball.
Yeah, I agree. Name something you are bad at.
Name something I'm bad at.
Soccer, you said, right?
I never played soccer, so I don't know how bad. I'm horrible at golf. I just went. I'm horrible at golf.
Okay. What drives you crazy about your roommates?
They too competitive sometimes. I know that sounds crazy, but
Yeah.
they just compete all the time, even in conversation.
If you could visit any place in the world, where would it be?
Any place in the world. Home.
Yeah.
I like to go home right now.
Yeah, because you don't get to go there very often,
Visit
probably,
my
right?
family, yep.
What do you like most about the Bison coaching staff?
What do I like most about Bison coaching staff? It got to be their energy. They bring their energy every day, man. And you know what's coming. Give me energy.
Yeah. One thing people don't know about you.
People don't know that I think a lot. I like philosophy.
Really?
So I'm a deep person.
Okay, that's a
in my
good one.
mind.
All right, thanks, Trey.
Yep, no problem, man.
Well, Coach, even though you have an 8-point lead at half, you know this is going to go down to the wire. It always does with these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We just needed to stay the course. We had 30 more minutes of really good football we needed to play. Eliminate explosive plays, eliminate the turnover, and continue to try to manufacture drives and get more points.
Yeah, this was big. They won the toss. We'll roll the highlights here. So they deferred, so they got the ball. They're coming off points in that last drive. They get the ball to start the second half, but this is a huge takeaway here on the second play by Trey Dempsey.
Yeah, great design by the defensive staff, and then Trey Dempsey started in the middle of the field and totally ran over the opposite side on the snap and made a big-time interception.
Well, 3rd and short is always tough against these guys. Their front four is good. That Schultz, a great player.
Yeah, Schultz, one of the best players in the league, and you know, we just miss a block there, and we need to be able to get that on 3rd and 1. We need to be able to move the chains.
Teams trading 3 and outs, and Trey not only was intercepting balls, making good plays. That's just good runs.
Really good job. We got a lot of guys around the football. Good play by Grant Morgan as well.
Well, here's the Waterloo West kid, Lance Dunn, going back home, and he's running hard.
He's doing a great job. He's so elusive in and out of the hole, and then he's a big back. You know, he's 210 pounds. He's hard to bring down in the open field.
I thought Chase Morlock also had some really nice runs in this game, running very hard, physical. That's Chase's game.
Yeah, you bet. Those two guys really stepped up when we lost King, and those two guys had to carry the bulk of the load, and they both did a phenomenal job running.
Chase was determined. They were not going to keep him out of the end zone here.
What a great run. The corner's free. He makes him miss and then outruns everybody to the pylon, and great play by the offense. Great drive by the offense.
Yeah, great to see Chase in the end zone there. It's 21-6 now. And forced a 3 and out, 17-yard punt, but this is a momentum-changing play because this turns into be an interception.
Yeah, exactly right. We have a chance to either go up by 28-6, maybe put the game away. Their guy makes a nice play, underthrown a little bit, and like I said, RJ still thinks he caught that, but big play for their defense.
Now they have a little life. They have a nice young player. He's very slippery, Jalen Rima.
Yeah, Ryman's a good player. We recruited him. He's from Cedar Rapids. His grandfather's the voice of the Panthers, so he was probably going to be a Panther.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, they hit a run play here, too, on this drive.
Yeah, Tyva Smith. We just missed a tackle in the hole. He's a big physical back. Good tackle by Jalen Allison there.
Well, Eli Dunn, he's going to be a good player. He just needs more reps probably, but he had moments in this game. Threw a lot of picks, obviously, but this is a nice throw.
Yeah, good design by them. Get us on the play action, and they're able to slip the receiver just behind the safety.
So the interception did hurt. Now it's a ball game, 21-14. 13. And this is another play where I just love Chase Morlock. Look at his footwork in the hole here.
Yeah, great job of cutting it back on the power, making the guy miss, and getting an extra 20, 25 yards after contact.
And it was really big. They had momentum. They cut it to 21-13. We're moving to the fourth quarter now, and the drive resulted in points, making it a two-score game.
Absolutely. Needed to get that two-score game. Big kick by Cam. Great snap, great hold, great protection.
Not to be denied, though, they bounced right back, had a little bit of momentum on offense, didn't they, at this point?
Yeah, they really did. They were doing some nice things with their really controlled short passing game and just making some guys miss. We need to tackle better in space there.
So they're driving, and they get the tight end loose in the back of the end zone here.
Yeah, the pump fake gets our safety, and they have a nice play and get the touchdown.
They couldn't decide whether to kick it or go for two. They kicked it, so it's 24-20. Bison 3 and out now, and then on offense, the defense, though, delivered.
Yeah, good call by Coach Ince. Great job by Menard getting a big sack. We needed to knock them out of field goal range there, and we did.
3rd and 1, again, tough sledding here.
Yeah, they do a good job blitzing off the edge, and we just can't pick that up. We could maybe run the clock out. We're just not clicking right now.
Tell you what, though, the Bison defense did the exact same thing then. They only rushed for 11 yards in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about Nate Tangway just blowing everything up and making the play?
Well, 3:19 left to go. A monstrous interception thrown here, and it was real dicey at this point.
Yeah, their guy does a nice job cutting in front of Shep and making the interception, and now they have momentum, and we've got to find a way to make a stop.
The heat is on the defense, and what a big play.
How about Matt playing? Right place, right time, but you still have to make that play. Their guy tried to strip it from Plank, does a great job.
Well, they had burned an early timeout. They only had 2, so it was big to move the chains once here.
Yeah, we needed this big first down by Lance. You're right. Their one timeout they had to burn, deciding to go for 2 points, really hurt them there.
Yep, so now they're burning the other 2 timeouts. There's about a minute left here, so you're just working the clock at this point.
Absolutely. We're trying to get that thing under 15 seconds. We get it down all the way to 10 off a great punt by Jackson Kuntz, and now we just got everybody as deep as everybody can be and throw it to number 3, and we're pretty sure that we're going to make a play.
Yep, and the Bison win this game. What a huge road win for the Bison. It's tough to get wins in Cedar Falls. The Bison do it 24-20, and look at that. UNI rushed for only 68 yards. Great job by the defense. Time of possession, the Bison win the clock 33-26. Let's hear what the players had to say after the game.
Yeah, offensive line, tight ends, fullbacks played awesome, and then obviously King going down, Lance and Chase and Ty, those guys stepped up, and you could feel in the huddle with them, you know, their sense of urgency and excitement to go on and play really hard, and that's what they did.
Did feel the momentum swing there, and that's when, as a defense, we knew we had to pick our level of play up. And like I said, I thought we did that. Big third down stops, big interceptions, turnovers, and that's what you got to do as a defense. You got to rise to the challenge.
It's big to win on the road anywhere you go in the Missouri Valley. It's hard always, but to go back home, you know, the last time we were home, still got that bad taste in our mouth. So we want to go back home. We want to get another W if we can. Hopefully we're going to have a good week of prep, a good week of strength conditioning, a good week of everything. We need to come back and get another win.
You got to keep fighting. And, yeah, obviously didn't play my best football tonight, but bottom line is we got the win, and we're really excited about that. And, you know, get back to work and just keep pushing.
Great comments by the players. This week's Nodak Mutual Insurance Player of the Game, Lance Dunn, went home, burned Northern Iowa for 118 yards. King Frazier went down with an injury. Chase and Lance had to step up, and they did. Dunn showed a burst and determination when the Bison needed him most. 5.1 yards a carry is outstanding in a tough physical football game.
It's just next man up. That's really how we put things. I seen King on the ground. I knew I was gonna get the opportunity to get a lot of carries, so I just had to take advantage of it and just be explosive and just have fun.
Well, it was fun to watch him. He had a great game, and Lance and Chase did a great job. But let's talk about King Frazier. What do you know? He just took a helmet to the ribs, and it was a tough play.
Yeah, helmet to the ribs, and we're getting an X-ray, I believe, today to find out a little bit more. Hopefully there's not a fracture in there, and it may be some cartilage that, you know, we're getting some guys nicked up, but hopefully in time we can get a lot of those guys back, and the next guy's got to step up.
And there you see, it's not always the hardest hit. It's sometimes the right hit. If you just get dinged right in the right spot, and that's what happened to King. But this is a deep position running back.
Yeah,
too.
it really is. You know, we lost Bruce a couple weeks ago. Now we lost King, and we still have 2 exceptional backs and in Chase and Lance. And those 2 guys are going to have to carry the load until we get King back or until we get Bruce back.
Hey, how about the takeaways of late here? Unbelievable. The last 2 weeks after the South Dakota State loss, you've had 6 interceptions, Coach. 2 against Western Illinois, 4 against Northern Iowa. We'll see a bunch of them here. We put them all together. This is big over a 2-week span.
It really is, and we need to win the turnover margin. You know, Northern Iowa, I think, was leading the turnover margin at +11. We were +5. I know we were +2 yesterday, and we're getting them at such critical times to either stall out drives, end drives, you know, in our own territory. They're just, and we emphasize the heck out of it with our back end, and part of that's the pass rush as well. But those turnovers obviously are very important for our success.
Well, let's look at the conference as the dust settled. Big break as Illinois State beats South Dakota State, so the Jackrabbits take a loss. And look at that, Youngstown State has 1 loss, and they're coming to the Dome. We're going to preview that, but what do you think about that, Coach?
Well, there's a lot of football left. Everybody has 3 games left, and everybody's got a loss on their ledger now, and there's a lot of things can still happen, and we have good football teams left to play.
Hey, MJ Stumpf is playing great. We have a fantastic story on him coming up. Stay with us as we move along on the Bison Football Show. North Dakota State football has become a source of pride for the state of North Dakota. Every town that has a current Bison player is grinning from ear to ear to be a part of history. A great example is Harvey, North Dakota. A football town that produced former Bison head coach Rocky Hager has now produced a great Bison linebacker. In this week's Olaf Anderson Construction feature story, we find that Harvey has a new hero in MJ Stumpf.
For the Bison defense, senior linebacker MJ Stumpf is the ideal blueprint for what can come with hard work and determination.
Guys know they can count on him. There's always a big play. There's always a big hit somewhere where there can be some energy that is, you know, everyone gains from.
Recruited from Central North Dakota, Stumpf admits the jump to college football was eye-opening. But with hard work and a shift in his priorities, he earned a starting spot his junior year and now leads the defense with his intelligent, hard-hitting approach.
He's what you want guys to be. He's physical. He understands the game. He's a very intelligent football player. Asks questions, goes about it the right way. There's never a moment where you have to try to, you know, poke and prod to get MJ to be better. It's just who he is, and it says a lot about his family and where he comes from.
Oh, he's very generous. He's a good kid. I can't say enough good things about him.
He was always a kid that led by example on practice. Every drill was 100%, everything was 100%. And
he had to wait his turn, though, you know, there. They got a lot of quality athletes that he just waited his turn until he got a shot, and I think he's made the most of it.
Stumpf comes from Harvey, North Dakota, a town just shy of 2,000 people where MJ and the Bison are hometown heroes.
He's a perfect example of what every young man should be.
JW's Restaurant Lanes Bar and Grill is packed on Saturdays for the Bison football games.
You can't go by on a Saturday without people wearing Bison jerseys or Bison shirts and 41s everywhere. That's really brought this town together.
Brett Doctor was the defensive coordinator when Stumpf played for Harvey Wells County football.
One thing that stands out to me was his humility and his loyalty. I mean, if Coach Sandy would have asked MJ to run through a wall or go get the water for the team, he'd have done any of that for his brothers. And when I visit with him still to this day, he's the same kid. He'll do anything for his teammates.
He's apparently also always had that physical edge.
I don't know if headhunter is a good word, but he likes to hit.
A clear source of force for the Bison football team, MJ doesn't just lead the defense on Saturdays. He's out there representing his family and Harvey.
I really believed, I thought he might just do that if he had a shot, but he just needs the opportunity to do it. And yeah, I'm proud of the peacock about it, you know, I'm very proud of him.
Reporting for the Bison Football Show, I'm Beth Houle.
You kind of forget sometimes, Coach, that these guys can unite their hometown.
Yeah, absolutely. And MJ, come watch him practice. Everything's 100 miles an hour. He's a great leader. Not only is he one of our best defensive players, he's one of the best defensive players in all of FCS. And that's due to hard work, great dedication, learning our system, and loving being a Bison.
No doubt. Be proud of him, Harvey. Well, in this week's Peterson Farm Seed Future Crop of Bison, the Bison have themselves a nice athlete to work with for the back end of the defense. Redshirty's Moses Nyanagacha is running at safety on the scout team. He is from the Twin Cities, Robbinsdale Cooper High School. An explosive athlete, Moses triple jumped nearly 45 feet in high school track. he got a passion for Bison football from a current member of the team.
For me, my experience was a little bit different. I have a teammate that goes here, Kayvon, so I kind of got a little bit more experience with NDSU before I came here. So knowing about the program from him and from my coaches, as well as camping here twice, I had a lot of knowledge about NDSU before I came here, so making a decision was pretty easy, actually.
Tell us a little bit about Moses.
Special athlete and somebody that's going to be in the mix for us next year. He's on the scout team right now, and even if you ask Coach P, he's really showing up the last few weeks. Like he knows what he's doing out there, and we're excited about Moses. Another guy from the Twin Cities, and that's an area that we need to continue to own. And Moses is just a wonderful person to be around.
Moses might be around for that Target Field game.
Oh, he'll definitely be there.
That'll be fun. Hey, Bo Pelini and the Youngstown State Penguins are coming to Fargo. We'll preview it. Stay with us. Well, Verizon is the better network and proud sponsor of our look ahead to next week's opponent. And the next opponent, you see the helmet there, it's the Youngstown State Penguins. Penguins are having a great year. Bo Pelini, and this game was interesting last year. Went right down to the wire, and there were some fireworks from Bo at the end of that game.
Well, the games just keep getting bigger and bigger, and this one's another crucial test for us inside the Fargo Dome at Gate City Bank Field, and they have tremendous skill kids on offense. Both those running backs, I think, are 3- or 4-year starters. We're not sure who will play quarterback, and then you're probably going to see one of the elite defenses in all of FCS coming into our home place, and so we have to come up with great plans.
Their two defensive ends, Derek Rivers and Avery Moss, are outstanding, two of the best in all of the FCS.
Yeah, and without question, that you can watch them on film. They wreak havoc on every play, and they play tight man-to-man coverage, so we have to be able to find tight open windows to throw into. It's one of those things where special teams will be a big key, and they're exceptional on special teams. Great field goal kicker, great return game. So we'll have our hands full, but this is going to be a great game. We need Bison Nation to be out in full force.
Yeah, all three levels of that defense, too. Their safety, Leroy Alexander, another transfer from Nebraska, solid, isn't he?
He's a great player, and I think they have, you correct me if I'm wrong, like maybe 16 seniors starting. So this is a senior-laden football team that hasn't been to the playoffs, hasn't had that taste, and they want to try to get it this year.
Have not been to the playoffs since '06, but it looks like they're on their way this year. Tough test for the Bison. We need you, Bison Nation. We'll have all the television coverage and radio network fired up for you. It's going to be a big week at the Fargo Dome. We'll see you there. Have a great week.